Welcome to CS Tutorials. For this session, our topic is control statements in PowerShell. PowerShell control statements can be broken down into three sections. First is conditional statements, used when you want to execute line of code depending upon some condition. Second is looping statements, used when you want to perform some task multiple times. Flow control statements, used along with conditional and loop statements to control the flow of execution. Let's see all one by one. If statement, execute the script if condition evaluates to true. Else if statement, execute the script if condition evaluates to true and all if and else if conditions before it false. Else will execute the script that follows it when none of the conditions in if else if evaluates to true. So I'll show you an example of how you can use if and else if conditions. Here I'm declaring one variable and assigned it value 20. So in if we put condition, if variable is less than 30, then we will print value is less than 30, else we will print value is more than 30. So let's run this script. Check the output. If block is executed and value is less than 30. So if I'll change this variable value, let's say 40, and again rerun this script, value is more than 30. This time else block is executed. Sometimes we have multiple conditions to check. That time we need to use multiple condition else if blocks. So here an example for that scenario. So I have created one variable named occupation and its value is engineering. If occupation is equal to engineering, then right host engineering department will be executed. If occupation is equal to marketing, that time this one. Else, if none of this condition true, then else block will be executed. If we run this script, you can see if block is executed because occupation is equal to engineering. If I'll change this to marketing, that time else if condition is true and its block statement right host marketing department will be executed. If I'll change occupation value to something else, let's say default, at that time both if and else if condition evaluated to false. That's why else block is executed. Switch statement. Switch statement is an alternative for multiple if, else if, and else if statements. As you can see in syntax, whatever condition is matched with value, corresponding action will be executed. A unique feature of PowerShell switch statement is that it has number of parameters that change how it performs. In this video, we'll see a simple scenario of switch statement. For more detailed information on switch statement, you can refer our blog. So before showing you an example of switch statement, Let me show you an example of multiple else if statements. Whatever condition evaluated to true, some value will be assigned to result variable. As our day value is 3, that's why line number 6 is executed and result variable assigned value Wednesday. So let me show you how you can implement the same scenario with switch statement. So here we have same day variable. So I'll change its value to 5. Now this time whatever condition matched with value of day variable, corresponding statement will be executed and some value will be assigned to result variable. So let's run this script and see the output. As you can see, Friday is assigned to result variable because line number 9 is executed. As you can see, these lines are more readable than this multiple LC blocks. Looping statements. While loop. Code inside while loop will execute if condition evaluates true. Execution of statement 1 and 2 will repeat until condition is true. Do while loop. Do while is very similar to while loop, only difference is it will execute at least once. That means it will execute do block for first time and next time it depends on while condition. Execution of statement 1 and statement 2 again totally depends on the success of condition. So I'll show you an example of while loop. I want to print values of variable like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll create one variable I and assign its value 1. In while loop, I'll give condition value of this variable I is less than 5. So write host variable I. We'll close this while loop and I'll increment value of variable I so that at one point it will terminate the loop. So when I'll execute this script, you can see output is 1, 2, 3, 4. And once its value become 5 and this condition evaluated false, loop is terminated. Now next is do while loop. We'll print the same values of variable using a do while loop. So I'll create one variable j and assign it value 1. Start with do keyword. We'll write host variable j. With while I'll give condition like value of this variable j is less than 5. Just like our while loop, I'll increment value of j here. So when I'll execute this script, we will get the same result. What if condition is not true? This will always print value of variable j at least once. That's the difference between while and do while loop. Next looping statement is for loop. Code inside for loop will execute if condition evaluates true. It has three sections. Init section. In this section, it assigned initial value for any variable. This section runs once for the first time. In condition part, we write condition for which loop will run, which means execution of statement 1 and 2 depends on the condition. If condition is true, statement will be executed, else not. In operation part, we can increase or decrease or change the value of variable or anything else according to our requirement. As you can see in this example, value of variable I is printed till the condition is true, means value is less than 3. Next is for each. For each is optimized version of for loop. It's used to perform action for each item of array, and even you don't need to write any code to extract items from array. Typical use of for loop is to operate on subset of values in an array. If you want to iterate all values in any array, consider using for each loop. As you can see in this example, we are printing value of every item of numbers array. Many times, one for loop is not enough to complete our requirement. So we can use nested loops, but we should try to avoid nesting of loops as their time complexity may go very high if not handled properly. Now comes the flow control statements. Break. Break statement in PowerShell is used to terminate the loop. When break statement is executed inside the inner loop, it terminates that loop. And if it is placed outside in outer loop, it terminates entire loop including the child loops. As you can see in these examples, these while and for loops are supposed to print value of variable I till 9, but these are terminated when its value is 5. Continue statement. Continue in PowerShell is used to skip the current execution of loop and to return the execution to the top of innermost loop. Continue statement is generally used with conditional statements which is controlled by loops like while, for and for each. When continue statement is executed inside a loop, it skips the current execution and moves to the innermost loop for next iteration. As you can see in these examples, these are supposed to print value of I till 5. But when its value is equal to 3, it skips the execution of print statement. Thanks for watching this video. For more videos like this, please subscribe our channel, and for new video updates, press the bell icon. Thank you.